So, big V8 Range Rover today, guys. You see there's no side step on it there. So, it's in the day for side steps, and we have already done the passenger side. So, we've done the passenger side. It's taken us a lot longer than it should have done, all because of some broken bolts. So, I can't remember how many we did on this side, but we've drilled and retapped pretty much all the bolt holes on it, because they're all rotten. You can actually see some more rust lined in there. So not only the Mitsubishis that suffer from that, so that looks good, that side. So that side's all been done, even gets new trim panels as well on the inside as well. So this side we're still to do. You can see the brackets rotten, like sheets of paper. So I've got the other side to do. You see you get a nice new side panel there as well, so that comes all new as well. So it's a good bit of kit for Brit Part. So thanks to Jem for getting us that today. So here we go. So that kind of speaks its own story. Yep, that is your Land Rover. So yep, that's the steps that were on it. All the drill bits there kind of tell its own story. And that is the steps that were on it. So look at that, guys, man. Jesus. So that's what happens in Scotland to Land Rovers. That's what happens in Scotland to Mitsubishis. So yeah, so we did manage to get one arm off it today. You can see we got one arm off it, and we have managed to get the bolt out it. A bit of press work, a bit of vice work, bit of brute force and ignorance. We did get it. We're really struggling to get these bottom arms. We are really struggling to get them. We can get them online, but you know they're a bit astronomical, to be honest with you. So, let's see if we can get a better price on them, to be honest. So we kind of got everything off it. If we can't get the arms at the minute, we'll get the car mobile again. We've got some new bolts. These are suspension grade bolts, so they're absolutely fine in there. So a lot of rust there, so a bit of cleaning up today. See, we've got another bolt already in stock for that other one that we're still to tackle. So it's all ongoing, to be honest with you. The wee Mazda, we know, has had a bit of a bump, so yeah, that's no good. But we'll tackle that other arm probably tomorrow. It's not easy, because I mean we know we can get the arms where we don't know how long we need to wait for them. So we're going to try and make the car mobile at least for now, and then we can recondition the rest of it, because we should be able to get it all back off, no bother. So we'll get it all built back up, and then if we can get the new arms, brilliant. If we can't, we'll need to reuse them now. The metal on them is rotten, but there doesn't seem to be any playing in the bushes or anything like that on the bottom, but most probably it will need done. So, but aye, that's what I would recommend. Anyway, just replace everything on the back of it. Aye, look at that, God, jeez, man. So aye, pile of rust. So big Hyundai i10. It had some poor headlamps, which was bad resistance in the bulb, or incorrect resistance in the bulb, different to the other side. But it had some really poor brake pipes, so replaced that one. That front to be it. We're not finished yet, guys. I've got a couple of little bits to tidy off. You can clamp that up in there, and there's little P-clips to go in here and in here. But on the originals, they're kind of crimped on there, so I'm going to try and get something else. Or we'll attach it somehow else. But they're all ran in, they're all tightened up, they're all kind of plumbed in. So all new brake pipes tightened in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one up there, 5 brake pipes on it. And that one runs up to that ABS pump, which is up in there. Aye, that's it, there's the ABS pump. So, runs in there. You can see there's a bit of fluid, so we'll get it all cleaned down. So that one's done. The Vogue's ongoing. Let's get issues. They all do, Land Rovers. GDM Mitsubishi. We need to crack on with. We've been giving it lots of love juice. Everything's better with a bit of lube, so lots of this WD Ultra Lube by Fortron. Really good. That is quite good, to be honest with you. live longer, perform stronger. So aye, not bad. Just bought an half case of it, so kind of tells its own story. So we've been soaking this in love juice for the last couple of days, guys, because we're going to need to try and swap everything onto that, and then get it all back on the vehicle. So aye, I mean, it's good that there's a few holes in it. It's hopefully we can get to the bits in there that you would never normally be able to get to. So that's what you need to do with that. You need to chop a hole in it to get to that captive nut that's in there somewhere. Might be able to see it. Nah, can't get to that bit. That's the only strong bit on it. So, can't get to that. So, but we'll continue and see lots of love juice everywhere. And these bushes. Get all those bolts for those bushes. And we'll get it like that. So, the exhaust swapped over as well. The exhaust back on. The diff all checked. The diff levels are checked. We've not removed the fluid from it yet, to be honest with you. But aye, we'll check all the levels, but aye, there's a big gaping hole in there. So, see if we can get into that bolt. Something's went wrong in there. So, probably exactly what's happened here on the outside. Rotten. So, plenty of love juice. The Outlander's not too bad. Not too bad cars, the Mitsubishis, to be honest with you. Every Japanese car, they kind of suffer for corrosion in Scotland, to be honest, guys. Lots of salt on the road in the winter. Aye, that's why my GDM monster's up there. Sad times. Complete and utter rot box. There you go, metal chemistry, guys. It's not good in Scotland, so we'll try and get these nuts out now. We'll get a bit of love juice on them. Can't get to those. We thought we'd maybe be able to holes on it. But aye, so there's all sorts of crud in there now, man. All sorts of crud. So we'll get the diff off, bottom arms. Hopefully get these two bolts out. And we'll see how we get on. So you can see there, guys, I've hit the subframe with a coat of zinc primer. It doesn't look powder coated, to be honest with you, so just a wee bit extra protection on it. I seem to be scratching up pretty easy, so now that I've went over it with the zinc, I'll go over it with another coat of satin black, and we'll just keep that a bit fresh, you know what I mean, keep everything fresh. And we've got a soda blaster there, I might soda blast arms, try and make them look fresh and all, but that's just be for me, for test purposes, to check my soda blaster, to be honest with you, because we'd rather put new arms on, to be honest. But aye, getting there. There you go, guys, big Outlander diff and rear subframe. You can see there, bit of zinc primer on it. It was all scratched up. I don't think it's powder coated. A bit of zinc, and then a bit of Ed China's favourite, a bit of satin black. So it was already painted, so we've not had to go crazy, but we'll just get an extra dusting, an extra coating, and hopefully that'll last. What we could do is cavity wax all the wee crevices. You know, we could fill this up with a wax oil, get in all the bits, and that'll kind of protect it, the Kias. And we did that with the rear subframes on some of the Kias as a recall, to be honest with you, when I was a Kia technician. This is actually the gun for it up here. So that's actually the gun there for the cavity wax, and there's a load of other attachments and tubes and stuff like that gets into all the kind of nooks and crannies. And well, there you go. Kia Motors genuine part number. So aye, so well, Mobis, it's probably just solid wax now, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, it doesn't sound like any liquid in there. I mean, you could probably heat that up and get it going again, but yeah, I could just order another tub. That was just old stock when the Kia dealer went to a different company, and we went to Arnold Clark's. So aye, so it all got taken over on things like that, the Phoenix Group. But so we still crack on with the Mitsubishis, the Kias, the Hondas, Kia News Auto Solutions. We are not franchised to anybody anymore, so we don't care. We fix anything. Give us a tractor, give us a truck, give us a Mitsubishi, give us a Toyota, give us a Honda, give us a Ford. We don't care. We really don't. Nuts and bolts, like my dad says. Engine in the middle, engine in the back, engine in the front, wherever they may put it, they're all put together with nuts and bolts. So that's the way I was taught, the way my dad taught me. Just get in about it, just get it fixed, just get it stripped down, find out what's wrong, So, big outlander. See, we've got creative here. So it's time to get the bolts in. The adjustment there. We'll get the bolts in it. We'll get it lifted up. So that's how I've done it. That big Volkswagen box. Sorry, that blue box doesn't belong to Volkswagen. Don't tell them. Finders keepers, eh? Finders keepers. So, right, you see that? It's all painted as well. I painted it all. So try and protect it a bit. So we'll try and get this all built up. Just go that way a little bit, to be honest. Maybe over this way a bit. So we'll get the bolts in it. Get it all lifted up, we'll see what happens. You can see here, guys, got the big Outlander, got it lowered down on the ramps. You've got jump cables there. Actually, when they started, the battery was completely dead. It has been on the ramp for a long time. It has been fighting its tooth and nail, broken bolts, etc. Old and rusty. There's the subframes, so I've seen it before, guys. It's well rotten, so why would anything else be any different? Put jump leads on the car, just like that. Turn the key, away it went. Car's not been running a few weeks at least, but fired up. Not a problem. So you can see there, we've done all the subframe, we left everything slack. Best practice for me, have the weight on the vehicle and then tighten up the bolts. Even if you're just nipping them up, I would always recommend having the weight on the vehicle. So we'll get it all up in there, check there's no play in anything. We're going to give it another little coating. We've got the exhaust back on it, everything's done, track rod ends. The only concern now is going to be the wheel alignment. Like I said, there was little plates that are meant to be for aligning the back of this vehicle. Sorry, little channels, and there have been plates welded into them, so I'm not sure what's happened there, but or why they've did that. But we'll figure it out. We'll get it on the road and we'll see how it drives. Hopefully the steering wheel's a nice straight ahead position and it's driving relatively straight and we can get the front tracked. And we're going to need different bolts for the back to do the wheel alignment on it. We don't have the correct ones, so we'll need to try and get them. I'd imagine we'd be able to get them. A lot of parts are discontinued for older Mitsubishis and things like that, but you can still get parts. I mean, we managed to get a subframe. I did not imagine that in a million years, to be honest with you, that we would find a subframe for it. So we're going to put it back up in the air and check everything. So we'll just check that make sure there's no play in anything. I mean, that's what initially we had. We had excessive play in the driver's rear corner. So we had excessive play. Car came in for a knock for the front. A running performance. Now, as a dual fuel Mitsubishi, it was probably done down at Portbury, so you might not find this anywhere else in the world. You might not find this Outlander with dual fuel, but Portbury was where all the Mitsubishis came into the country. So the Colt Car Company had a team of guys down there. Sometimes they were a bit of animals down there, and yeah, it was good fun trying to find out what they'd done, you know. Some of these guys down there, the Friday jobs, they went home quick, you know, they'll just do anything to get home. So that's it sorted, mate. All the interior's all done. None of it's connected, mind you. So we'll get it up in there. But yeah, that's probably where that came from. Sorry, the dual fuel probably came from the Portbury, so you probably won't find another. Maybe go out onto Europe. You might not find this car with a dual fuel setup. Now, this was Mitsubishi, the Colt Car Company, which did this. And it's not a bad thing, to be honest with you, the gas, but it does wear the valve seats a little quicker. So when we first seen the vehicle, it wouldn't run. Basically, the guy had got fed up with his local mechanics, so he come into Mitsubishi basically looking for somebody. My jumper cables. I'll make them no go any further. So he come into Mitsubishi and basically he was asking for some advice. So I ended up having a look at this for him, and I can't get the flash to work right now, but we'll get a torch. So what happened was initially, see your GYS flash is charging that vehicle. So what happened initially was it come to me for rough running, and the way it was described was once it was hot, it wouldn't go. So common thing with Mitsubishis, fuel filler neck. So what you end up with is a tank full of rust because all the bits break off, get inside the tank. So the guy had the gas specialist guy couldn't figure it out. He'd said it needed a valve clearance, so it came to me for valve clearance, and I was convinced that wasn't it. So and when I found that, it confirmed my suspicions. It was full of rot, it was full of rust in the tank, so they hadn't even bothered to drain the tank. So we drained the tank, got it all going again, and we've been looking after this customer ever since. So, and there's a new subframe which we've zinc coated underneath. We'll get a black coat, and you can see everything's on, tightened up everything. I mean, we could be doing with new arms on the bottom, but we can't get them at the minute. So, and there's these plates where the wheel alignment should be done. There is obviously a wheel alignment here as well, so we all need to get the right bolts. See, we've just put temporary ones in there now just to see what's happening. And this is where we're getting all the play up here, so fingers crossed now. Exhaust back on. New tracky rod ends. So fingers crossed it's all good, guys.